Have you ever dreamed of visiting a lost city hidden in the clouds? A place where time stands still and the only sound is the wind whistling through the ancient ruins? Then you need to visit Machu Picchu, Peru. Machu Picchu is one of the most amazing places on Earth. It was built by the Incas in the 15th century and abandoned just a few decades later. For centuries, it was lost to the world until it was rediscovered in 1911. Today, Machu Picchu is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the 7 wonders of the world. It is a must-visit for any traveler who wants to experience the magic of ancient Peru. To really understand what Machu Picchu means, you have to learn about the history of the Inca Empire. From the middle of the 15th century to the beginning of the 16th century, the Inca civilization thrived. It was one of the most advanced and well-developed societies of its time. The Incas started in the city of Cusco and slowly grew their control over a huge area that went from what is now Colombia to Chile. Machu Picchu is thought to have been built during the time of Pachacuti Inca Yupanqui, who was one of the most powerful rulers of the empire. Machu Picchu is still debated by scholars about what it was used for, but most people think it was a royal estate, a place of worship, or a place for ceremonies. The Incas were good engineers, and the way they built Machu Picchu shows how well they knew how to build, cut stones, and plan cities. Machu Picchu's intricate and well-made stonework is one of its most interesting features. The Incas used a method called ashlar masonry, in which they carefully cut and fit together large stones without using mortar. Even a knife blade can't fit between the stones, which shows how well the Inca paid attention to detail. There are 2 main parts to the site: the agricultural sector and the urban sector. The agricultural terraces, called Andines, were cleverly built to make the best use of the steep mountain slopes for farming. Not only did these terraces feed the people who lived there, but they also stopped soil erosion and landslides. Machu Picchu's urban area is made up of a complicated network of stone buildings, plazas, temples, and living areas. The Intihuatana stone, also known as the hitching post of the sun, is one of the site's most recognizable features. The Intihuatana stone, which is thought to have been used for ceremonies and astronomy, lines up with the sun during the solstices. This shows how much the Incas knew about the sky and how it works. The idea of sacred geography, which stressed how the physical world, the spiritual world, and the cosmos are all connected, was at the heart of the Inca worldview. The fact that Machu Picchu is in a good spot and lines up with celestial events shows how deeply spiritual the Incas were. The layout of the site is thought to have been carefully planned to fit in with the natural landscape around it and to make a sacred space where the earthly and heavenly worlds met. With its perfect alignment to the sun's path, the Intihuatana stone was probably used for ceremonies and may have been a part of rituals related to agricultural cycles, solstices, and equinoxes. The Incas' agricultural calendar and their respect for nature were based on these ceremonies. Even though Machu Picchu was beautiful and had a lot of historical importance, it was mostly unknown to the rest of the world until American historian and explorer Hiram Bingham found it again in 1911. Bingham's trip brought the site to the attention of people all over the world, which led to efforts to protect the site's fragile structures and environment. In recent years, worries about too many tourists and damage to the environment have led the Peruvian government to take steps to control the number of tourists and limit the damage they do to the site. To protect Machu Picchu's cultural and natural heritage for the long term, visitors now have to stay on designated paths and follow strict conservation rules. Machu Picchu shows more than just its buildings and spiritual meaning. It also shows how the Inca people lived and worked. The layout of the site shows that it was a carefully planned urban center with separate areas for living, working, and going to church. With its well-made stonework and trapezoidal windows, the Temple of the Sun is thought to have been a place of worship and an important place for ceremonies. The fact that there are agricultural terraces on the site shows that it was not only a place of worship, but also a community that could take care of itself. The Incas' ability to adapt to and farm on steep land shows how well they knew how to farm and how innovative their engineering techniques were. There are also intricate carvings, decorative elements, and pottery at Machu Picchu that show how creative the Inca were. These artifacts show how they felt about beauty, how they worshipped, and how they went about their daily lives. The site's role as a cultural hub is further shown by the fact that it has many different kinds of architecture and buildings that look like those in other Inca cities. This helped people from different parts of the empire connect and talk to each other. If you want a truly immersive experience, the Inca Trail gives you a unique chance to walk in the footsteps of pilgrims and adventurers from long ago. This famous trek takes hikers through beautiful landscapes like lush valleys, cloud forests, and high mountain passes. At the end, Machu Picchu appears out of the mist, which is a sight to behold. The Inca Trail is a reminder of how the Incas built a huge network of roads and paths that helped them communicate, trade, and move around their huge empire. Today, the trail is a physical and spiritual journey that lets modern explorers connect with the land, history, and culture of the Andean region. Even though people have tried to protect Machu Picchu, the site still faces problems like erosion, strain on the infrastructure, and climate change. The delicate balance between conservation and tourism needs ongoing management and sustainable practices to make sure that future generations can continue to enjoy and learn from this ancient treasure. In the past few years, technological advances have been used to study and protect Machu Picchu. Laser scanning, 3D modeling, and remote sensing have given us important information about the site's structure and its weaknesses. These tools help experts come up with focused conservation plans and keep track of changes in the environment. As we look to the future, we can see that Machu Picchu will have both chances and responsibilities. This UNESCO World Heritage Site will be safe for future generations as long as people keep researching, experts work together, and the community gets involved. Machu Picchu is not only a fascinating piece of history, but also a sign of how strong the human spirit is. Its beauty and the stories it tells about an ancient civilization that lived in harmony with its environment and was in tune with the rhythms of the cosmos are part of what makes it so interesting. Every stone, terrace, and view from Machu Picchu's high points tells a story from a different time, making us think about where we fit into the big picture of history. At this place where the past and the present meet, Machu Picchu is a powerful reminder of the creativity, wisdom, and interconnectedness of everything around us. Machu Picchu continues to captivate the hearts and minds of all who are lucky enough to see it, whether they go there to learn, to think about their spiritual lives, or to have a physical adventure. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video about Machu Picchu, Peru. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more travel videos.